Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and to talk about AI, my favorite topic. It's interesting to me talking about AI because it's like it just came crawling out of a closet last Christmas, and all of us are fascinated by it. But back when I had hair 26 years ago, I did my first generative AI work with a program that Brian Eno put out to do generative AI music.
Cool.
That same year, Karen Marcella on my team did the first generative AI synthetic life. So this has been around, but it's wonderful to see it blooming. I'm a Bonnie Doon resident. My next door neighbor is Joe Ben, so we've together formed the Bonnie Doon Tech Corridor, and it's a small but mighty corridor. And we formed SapientX 7 years ago to focus on one thing: making talking characters that can serve important roles in public spaces. Now, when we first started, we were criticized sometimes by people in the press saying, "Oh, you're here to steal our jobs." But what happened 3 years ago with the beginning of COVID was the Great Resignation. And fast forwarding to today, there's 2 million jobs that are unfilled right now in the hospitality and restaurant industry. And something that we have learned was early on, our very first customer wanted us to replace a shrink, a doctor. And so we did a pretty good job of that. But what we learned over time was we're really much, much better doing the grungy jobs that nobody wants. Well, we got our opportunity 3 years ago. Amazon came to us and said, "We want to have vending machines in our warehouses to dispense COVID supplies." Oddly enough, they never once asked us to use Alexa, and Alexa would have been terrible at that. But we made talking characters to talk to truck drivers and stuff like that, asking them what their email address was, and then you'd get your mask dispensed. And we realized we're onto something. This is a job nobody really wants to do, sitting in the smelly truck bays dispensing COVID masks. We're really good at the jobs nobody wants. So fast forwarding to today, we're focused on making talking characters that engage with people on digital signs or in vending machines or even on mobile phones that can do silly things like check you into your hotel. Uh, at McDonald's, you drive up and in the drive-through, we can take your order more accurately than a human person can. When I go to Burger King, and don't tell my wife I've been doing this, but when I go to Burger King, I always ask them to leave the onions off. And half the time, I've been keeping track of this, half the time I get onions on my damn hamburger. So this is something that we're really good at doing. So why not? This is not an evil task. We're not the evil empire. Uh, I'm an okay guy. We're trying to do things in a very ethical way to do jobs that nobody else wants. Now, the press makes a whole lot out of evil. That's how they get you to turn the TV on or buy a newspaper or whatever. I'm not saying we should abandon ethics. As a matter of fact, I don't think the solutions to some of the problems that you hear in the press can be best dealt by government. I don't think government has ever done a particularly good job at regulation. I think what we really need is a renaissance of ethics. We need ethical people developing these AI systems and are going to do the right thing. Our company decided long ago we weren't going to collect and sell user data. Now, I'm guessing that many of you use Siri or Alexa. You already abandoned all hope when you signed up for those things because they only exist to collect and sell your user data. We need some ethics blown into our profession by people like all of you here in this room. Uh, I have not seen government do a particularly good job of policing this sort of thing. The draft regulations that the European Union has published act as if there's only one form of AI, and they're trying to regulate that. The truth is there's many different forms of AI. Our own company uses 23 different AI systems in our talking characters, and just regulating one of them shows how little they understand about what they're trying to regulate. I'm not saying don't try to do the right thing with AI, but we're at the dawn of something really exciting here. we need to do a really good job of it. We need to do it ethically. So that's what we're trying to do with these talking characters. And thank you. And if you have really tough questions for me, I understand we're saving them all for the end. Thank you. 5 minutes must be up now. Thanks, everyone.